your promise. Yeah? Because no matter how good you are with your skill, I tell you, it's not going to be helpful at all. It's just like a knife. A knife can do wonderful things, but if you don't know how to use it correctly, yeah, then you will harm people, right? So, if we walk on the spiritual path, if we don't understand the principle, we can walk a long time, one big round, maybe 20 years, 30 years, and then we come back to square one. Right? But if you know the principle behind, then it's easy. Okay? So I hope that all of you go back, today. I hope you really read the handbook, watch the DVD. No doubt it's about 4 DVDs, but it's going to take you a few hours to watch. Yeah, but just be patient. Maybe you can watch 1 hour at a time, and then you continue until you finish. And how many times must you watch? Do you know? At least 5 times. Not only 1 time, at least 5 times you have to watch. And if you want to watch until you won't waver at all, that means you are so confident with OPM. 10 times. 10 times, huh? Okay? Yeah, because this is, you watch 1 time, the second time you get different things, You understand more. You understand more as you go along. This year, just before Chinese New Year, I went back to Taiwan. I went to visit my teacher. My teacher told me, say, for one to fully understand OPM and 100% confidence in OPM, you must wait until the day when he gets into trouble. Yeah. Then we will know whether he is really 100% confident in OPM or not. He said he was knocked out by a car. And then he got this serious internal injury. He has pain all over his body. He was sent to the hospital. And then my teacher was he is an assistant of Dr. Liu. Dr. Liu is a good friend of Dr. Chan. Dr. Chan has 2 good friends. One is Dr. Chow, which is the head of the bone specialist in one of the hospitals there. And Dr. Liu is a DCM practitioner in Miaoli. Okay. So when I first went to Taiwan to learn, I went to Miaoli, not to Taipei, not to CCS Foundation. Because I know it's not easy to go to CCS Foundation to learn, because they were too busy. So I went to Dr. Liu. I went to see Dr. Liu this time. So this Dr. Liu was very good with acupuncture, very good. He can solve people's problem with 2 needles, just 2 needles. So one fine day, Dr. Chan was giving lectures to all DCM doctors. He was one of them, Dr. Liu. And this Dr. Chan happens that one of the audience happens to have knee problems on both legs. So Dr. Chan told this Dr. Liu, okay, you are very good with the needles, right? You choose 1 leg, I choose 1 leg, yeah? And then we will see. Dr. Liu said, okay, I go first. So he used 2 needles. It took about 6 minutes, or 6 minutes to solve his problems. And true enough, we asked him to stand up, true enough, no pain. So Dr. Chan Chao Han said, okay, it's my turn. So he asked the patient to lie down. You guess how much time this Dr. Chan took to solve his problem? He took 6 minutes, right? Dr. Chan took 30 seconds. Half a minute. Because this leg is being controlled by only 5 points on the hips. Only 5 points. And he just go 1 time, 2 times, 3 times. You stand up, it's open. So from that time onwards, this Dr. Liu said, I don't want to do acupuncture anymore. From that day onwards, he threw away his needle. He said, I better use OPM because it's so fast, super fast. So true enough, from that day onwards, he never used needles. He used this. And then every year, he will lead a group of people, to this Cambodia. Is it Cambodia or Vietnam? I think it's Cambodia. To teach OPM. So this, my teacher was his assistant, yeah. So he was sent to the hospital and Dr. Liu came to visit him. Dr. Liu asked him, so what now? Do you want to get discharged or you want to stay? You know what he said? Get discharged. Even though he was in the tremendous pain all over his body, he said, let's get up from this hospital. And not only, even if he got discharged, not that he can do OPM straight away, because every point you press is painful. You cannot even press him, you can only touch, yeah, but you cannot press. So he can only sit there for 2 weeks. What did he do? He do heat therapy. External, internal. Internal means he take ginger water, Korean ginseng. External, he use heat pad. Now do this heat therapy all the time, 24 hours a day, for 2 weeks. Then you can start to press. Yeah, likely you can start to press. And you recover within 2 months. So he was telling me, he said, for someone to really have full confidence in OPM, you have to see the time when he gets in trouble, see how he reacts. See whether he says, oh, let's go to the hospital. Yeah, let's go and see a doctor. He still insists that use OPM to treat. So it's not easy to change our mindset because we have been brought up since young, to believe in Western treatment and DCM, right? That it should be like that. For example, stroke and heart attack is caused by high blood pressure and all that. Yeah. So we tend to believe it that way. So it's going to take a while for OPM to be accepted. Yeah. I don't know how long it's going to take, but I believe it's going to be a long time. Shah down here, there is one dentist. This dentist is a very good dentist. He did this kind of tooth implant. Yeah. Normally tooth implants we have to do surgery, right? Yeah, we have to cut, operate, and all that. And it's going to take maybe a few days, yeah, for you to recover from the operation, the surgery, right? You get very swollen, and then you couldn't eat. So a lot of people very scared of this kind of tooth implant, this kind of surgery, yeah, because you cannot eat for a few days. Yeah, then it's swollen, it's painful, and all that. It's amazing with these doctors. He graduated in Singapore. Then he came back, he discovered this way of doing tooth implant without surgery. No need to go and cut. He just use a screw it in. Yeah. And I brought my wife there to do two teeth implants. You know how much time it takes? 25 minutes. 25 minutes. And the wonderful thing is that it's painless. No pain at all. Amazing. And they just bleed a little only. Just a little. And when she walk out from the clinic, she can have her lunch. Tooth implant. Amazing, right? And how much it costs, do you know? Normally tooth implants, one tooth implant is about 6,000, is it? Or 7,000? Yeah. 3,000. 3,000, yeah. So I think for wisdom teeth, I think it's 3,500. Yeah. But it's still cheap. In Singapore, it's going to cost you $6,000 Sing per tooth. It's many times more. Yeah. So I'm going to see him tomorrow. If you need his address, let me know. Yeah. I don't get commission. So, but why I brought out this case is because when I brought my wife to see him that time, he showed me a magazine. He told me, he said, when I discovered this way of doing tooth implant, I went back to my professor in Singapore. I told him about this way of doing tooth implants, but he couldn't accept it. And all these kind of medical professionals, they have the standard operating procedures to follow, right? So I think maybe this is against the operating procedures. So he was kicked out from the society. So he said, it doesn't matter. Anyway, I don't need to be in the society. He came back, he practiced on his own. Yeah? And he said that was 20 years ago. The magazine he showed me, he said, look at today, Even the Western is following this method of doing tooth implants. That's 20 years later. So something that is fast, cheap, yeah, that is super fast and good, yeah, nobody tends to believe. OPM is like that, it's the same thing. It's super fast and you see amazing result, but it's going to take time. Take time for people to absorb, to accept, to believe, yeah. So, but I don't know how long it's going to take for OPM. It might be a long time because you see, TCM, even TCM to find a way to get into America also take a long time. They just simply don't accept. So, but the whole idea is OPM. The founder have this wish is that he wished that every family will have someone that knows OPM, so that he or she can take care of their own family. You see, if you have your children, your parents, they got in trouble, yeah, you can help them with OPM. You save a lot of money. And when it comes to emergency rescue, when anyone collapses in the house, yeah, you can use it straight away. And with amazing result. Amazing result. We come to that later in the afternoon. Emergency rescue. Okay, so what happened to this projector now?
Okay.
I can't show the slide.
You got on the down.
On, I think your computer is
Auto.
Just